Welcome to our channel. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe.
Scooby-Doo comic reader, Mummy Scares Best. The gang rides along the Egyptian desert in a tour bus on their way to see Melbourne O'Reilly. It sure will be great to see my favorite adventurer again, especially since he invited us to an actual archaeological dig. When the gang arrives at the Pyramid of the Moon, Melbourne O'Reilly greets them. Melbourne, wow, hey, thanks for having us out here. Is this where we'll be doing the dig? Right you are, over there by the Pyramid of the Moon. Melbourne leads the gang to the dig, where he tries to decipher hieroglyphics on a tablet. You could probably read these too if they weren't underwater. Where is all this water coming from? The Nile River is hundreds of miles from here. Suddenly, Shaggy and Scooby are lifted into the air by a huge spout of water. Zoinks! Tell me this is a mirage! Melbourne jumps to the rescue by dumping dirt onto the spout. Yikes! That night, the gang camps out with Melbourne near the base of the Pyramid of the Moon. Folks, I think we might have just experienced the Curse of the Mummy. What about the Curse of the Mummy? It's an ancient story about a pharaoh who lived 3,000 years ago. Resentful slaves did him in, and his mummified remains were laid to rest in the Pyramid of the Moon. If any trespass on his land, the mummy will arise with his zombified minions and take brutal revenge. Suddenly, zombies invade the camp. Jinkies! It's the pharaoh's zombified minions! Crikeys, run for it! The gang accidentally stumbles upon the mummy. The mummy raises his staff. And unleashes a sandstorm. Fred, where are you? I can't see. Over here, I think. The gang gets separated in the chaos. They spend the rest of the night trying to find each other, but it is hard to see. The next morning, they wake up covered in sand. Did we actually see a mummy and some zombified tourists? Can't say for certain. The desert night plays tricks on your imagination. We should stick around and find out what's going on. In need of food and water, Melbourne leads the gang to town where they come upon a beggar. Where can we get some nice cool water? Unfortunately, our spring is dry. We are in the middle of a terrible drought. That's why everyone is leaving town. The beggar explains. What little water is left belongs to the prince. Then maybe we should find the prince. But then, the beggar reveals himself to be Prince Khazal al-Famir at your service. For food and drink, you must travel to the neighboring town of Zalqara. The gang arrives in Zalqara. Look at these plants. There's definitely no drought in this town. They stop in front of Chantal's bistro. I am Mademoiselle Chantal. Do you have reservations? I'm sorry, but if not, you must wait in a very long line. Through the window of Chantal's, the gang sees more of the zombies. We need to find a way inside and get to the bottom of this. I think I have a way. Mademoiselle Chantal introduces the belly-dancing Fatima sisters. Suddenly, the colorful lights for the stage begin turning the audience into zombies. The zombie family is heading straight for Daphne and Velma. Join us! Time to make our exit stage right. Scooby tries to distract the zombies, but the zombies have them cornered. Just as the zombies are about to attack, Melbourne springs into action. "Hey you, blighters! Join me!" The zombies follow Melbourne outside, where he unleashes drinking barrels on them. "Here you go, mate! Crikey!" Yikes! The zombies chase Melbourne, but they can't catch him. Saved again by Melbourne O'Reilly. Next, some leaky plumbing nearby distracts the gang. What's that? Fred checks out the pipes. The piping seems to go for miles, directly to the Pyramid of the Moon. The gang goes to the Pyramid of the Moon to investigate. There are several rooms. Let's split up and check them out. Scooby and Shaggy head off and find the mummy's empty casket. Then, the mummy finds them. Shaggy and Scooby collapse in front of their friends. "Man, am I glad to see you guys!" But the guys seem to have gotten zombified. Scooby and Shaggy back away from their zombie friends and escape into a room full of pipes. What could they possibly be doing with all these water pipes, Scoob? They start to investigate the pipes when suddenly their zombified friends reappear. "Join us!" Shaggy and Scooby look around for an escape. "Help! How do I wake them up?" Luckily, something snaps their friends out of their zombie state in time to save Scooby and Shaggy. The gang manages to get outside the pyramid, where the mummy is waiting for them. As the gang starts to run away, Scooby lets out a terrifying cry. The mummy falls to the ground. "Help!" Time to unmask the monster. Melbourne O'Reilly, why? "Wish I knew, mate. Looks like I'm the mummy." Yikes! Velma sees a mysterious someone run out of the pyramid. "I'll get the blighter." Melbourne points to an ancient hieroglyphic that the prince and Scooby used to break the trance. "Prince Khazal Al-Famir, you're a hypnotist." Help! The gang learns that it was Scooby's yelp that broke the trance. Here's 4 words you never expected to hear from me. What the heck happened? Shaggy explains that when he was trapped in the room with Scooby, he discovered the pipes were intentionally rigged to move water away from the village and into the town of Zalqara. So the pipeline we saw brought water to the other town, Zalqara, and success to its cafe, Chantal's. It turns out that Mademoiselle Chantal owns the bistro and the rest of the businesses in Zalqara. That's Madame Chantal. She's my wife. It was all a scheme to make them both rich. Through hypnosis, the prince created zombie slaves to threaten intruders. Melbourne's dig was probably getting too close, so the prince put him and others under his spell to do his bidding. Thanks to you folks, I don't have to stay a mummy. Back in town, Shaggy and the gang enjoy a cool dip in the now abundant water. Well, I wish I could think of a way to thank Shaggy and Scooby for saving the day. Shaggy is very happy floating in the pool. If you could, this would be it. Scooby gets ready to do one giant canine cannonball. Look out! Here comes Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Thank you for watching our videos. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like.